can't blame that person for not being what you wanted them to be. See people for who they are and then determine if that's what you want.
I'm gonna make you want more. I'm gonna be a new face.
And welcome back to my channel. My name is Cami, and over here we talk about all things love, relationships, and astrology. I'm so excited to be talking to you guys today. I was MIA last week, but I'm back and I'm better. So soon you'll know like why I've been MIA, but it's a surprise. So today we're going to be talking about how to know that the zodiac sign really wants a relationship or they're just wanting like a fling or a hookup. I hope by the end of this video you subscribe, comment your experience with the sign or your sign and what you would do. I'm very curious to know. Alrighty, let's get into this video. First off is Aries. You know, Aries are seen as kind of like thrill-seeking people. They're the chasers of the zodiac. Well, one of the chasers of the zodiac. So usually you wouldn't think that they would want a relationship. But in relationship dynamics, they're typically the one that's trying to keep someone like engaged, things exciting. Let's do something adventurous. You know, let's go, let's do this, let's move. That's how you know that they really want a commitment with you. Because they're not really into like the mundane, the boring, you know, things of that sort. So they're really wanting to keep things spicy and entertain you and have a good time. I would let their actions just justify what they're wanting to do. You will know based off of that. One thing I like to say about Aries and how you know they're really committed to you is that they make time for you. They don't allow excuses to determine like what's going on in their dynamic, like, oh, I can't do this, you know, I'm really busy today. No, if they really want to do something, they're fire signs. They're the first fire sign. They're the first sign, period, you know? So they're really quick with action and like determined. This is a cardinal sign. If they want to make it happen, honey, it's going to happen. So just be mindful of that. Let their actions speak louder than their words, because they'll tell you anything to keep you hooked. But like, if they really want to be with you, they'll make it happen. Next up is Taurus. How to know if a Taurus is into you or not. Usually Taurians are very hard to understand like initially, because I know I come off as reserved as Taurus being my rising sign. So initially you probably think like, oh, I don't know if this person even likes me or not. Like, but for relationships, you will know because they'll start including you in their plans. Also like they'll, you know, create things for you, give gifts. They're very like big on gift giving and receiving gifts. So if you didn't know that, Taurians are really good. They're hoarders. So you become one of their properties. Hate to tell you that, but yeah. For you, maybe even their food, which is like, what? Or even get you some food, you know, like things of that sort. They're very affectionate, and that usually doesn't come across initially because they're reserved usually. So I would say just look out for those telltale signs. Also, you know, they'll introduce you to their family and friends. So on the contrary, if they're not introducing you to their friends, their family, yeah, you're just their little boo thing. Just take it how it resonates, you know? Next up is Gemini. So first of all, Geminis usually aren't even looking for like a lover, right? They're looking for their best friend. They're looking for their partner in crime, their partner in life. So just be mindful of that. So if you're coming all with the emotional stuff, it might be cut off depending on their moon sign, you know? So take that in consideration whenever you're like exploring a Gemini. A telltale sign of like a Gemini being really interested in you and like wanting to be in a relationship with you is that they are having conversations that's more reflective of you and what you're wanting to do versus what they're doing with their lives. Because Geminis can have a conversation, but it's usually based off of what they're doing and what they're learning and stuff like that. So when it's reflective towards you, that's how you know like a Gemini really, they're in it. They're in it for a long haul. Vice versa, if it's just something casual, you're gonna keep it really surface level with you. It's like talking about random topics that has nothing to do with you, maybe not even them. Super like chill, relax. You'll probably see them talking like a Libra would. No offense, Libra. Next up is Cancer. Okay. I hate to laugh. Like, the reason why I'm laughing is because like Cancers are known to be the relationship person, you know, they're like always in a relationship and things of that sort. I mean, look at Ariana Grande. I love Ariana Grande, don't get me wrong, you know, I love her. Anybody that knows me knows that that's my girl. But like, you know, always in a relationship. What they're really looking for in a relationship is stability, something that's really, really stable, especially a Venus in Cancer. They're looking for stability. You want to know if you're going to be there. Are you down for the cause? Are you down? Are you down? Yeah, they want to know if you're going to be there. They want to know, like, if you're going to create this stable platform for them to feel safe, for them to come out of their shell, because it's hard and they're so vulnerable, you know. So just be mindful of that, the beauty that comes with them, because they're special. If they see something with you, they're going to start making plans for the future with you, like similar to a Taurus. Vice versa, I mean, it's pretty much very simple. They're going to keep it lighthearted with you. Usually, I mean, that's a telltale sign for Cancers, you know. If they're keeping you in the dark, if you're just like someone they're seeing on the side and they're not telling anybody about you, chances are you're just someone that they're just messing around with. Leos, you guys are hilarious, because, you know, I know y'all are known as like egocentric and like you just me, right? But like, y'all also want a partner that's like me. If that makes sense. You want someone that's equally yoked in that concept. You want someone that you can show off, that you can say, yeah, this is mine, that you like to look at. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think that's a telltale sign that that person is wanting a relationship, because they're showing you off. They're like, this is my person. You know, they're very affectionate too. So just look out for those signs of like intimacy, and maybe even like wanting to know like what's going on in your world. So that's something, that's a way to tell if a Leo is interested in you or wants like something serious with you. For something casual, it's gonna be mostly about them. I mean, it's gonna be mostly about them anyway, let's just be honest. But they're not gonna hype you up, meaning like, they might not be as affectionate towards you in front of their friend group, and they're not gonna be like, oh babe, you look so good in front, you know what I mean? Things of that sort. It's not gonna be any reciprocity when they're out in public. So just be mindful of that. Next up is Virgo. You can really tell if they're serious with you or they're not, because it's not the fact that Virgos get a bad rep, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's not the fact that they don't want a relationship. It's more so the fact that they don't want to waste their time to commit to someone who's not really perfect. If a Virgo is interested in you, you will know, because they're going to be invested in you. And I mean deeply invested in you. They're already selective with who they converse with, you know, and things of that sort, because they have a lot of stuff going on in their head. So if they choose you, they're invested. Also, you will hear them communicate, which is like a rarity because they're always in their head. You will start hearing them communicate about like what's going on with them emotionally, what's going on in their head. That's something beautiful to hear from a Virgo. That's how you know a Virgo really wants a relationship with you. So if they're wanting something casual, they're really good at compartmentalizing. So they're just gonna keep it like super surface level, super physical. And can really detach. Maybe that's the quality I like about a Virgo, is that they can really just detach their emotions from a situation and just be like, all right, we're just doing this and that's it, and I can move forward. Whereas other signs may not be able to have that opportunity. Just something to be mindful of when like casually dating a Virgo. Sex does not equate to a relationship. Okay, so Libras. Hi Libras. Okay, so the way you know a Libra would want a relationship or not, I'm just gonna say this. So they flirt with everyone. So you can just kind of take that off the list as a potential relationship, because they are just very charming and flirtatious and just like suave, you know? So that doesn't really determine it. But what I will say that determines it is they are very loyal once they find someone to be loyal to, okay? And you will know because they will be extremely committed into building a connection with you. They are cardinal signs like an Aries. So if they really want something, they're going to go after it, you know? So just be mindful of that. Also, they're going to share their hopes and dreams with you. They're going to be completely honest. They're honest people too. Don't get me wrong, like they don't like drama. So usually they might try to like scurry around or like avoid drama or confrontation, but like they're honest and for the most part. Sometimes they'll be straightforward with you if they want something, and not other times you'll know based off of like the conversations you guys are having. If they're telling you their hopes, their dreams, their desires, they're showing you like they're being really, really like vulnerable with you. That's how you know, because they're super surface level usually. No offense. If they're wanting something serious and committed with you, you will know. They're telling you their plans, how they're going to execute, just like being vulnerable. And that's something beautiful. So do not take that for granted. If they're just wanting like a fling or anything like that, you'll know because they're just really flirtatious. And as soon as you try to put pressure on them, they'll just kind of run away. So that's how you know that they're not wanting anything like super serious. They're just wanting to like have fun with you and just do with that information as you please. Okay. So I like how Libras and Scorpios are close together because this is beautiful, because Libras are just flirtatious all around. So you just, you know, that's not an indicator of them wanting to be in a relationship. Same as Scorpios. Scorpios are very intense by nature. So that intensity doesn't mean that they're wanting to be with you. But what I will say for a Scorpio, especially like a Scorpio moon person, if they're wanting to meet with you on an emotional level as well as a sexual level, if they're wanting that to be the same level or even higher, that means that they're really trying to build something stable with you. If they're wanting to know your emotional depths, that's beautiful because they're really, 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 really wanting to know you and love on you. And so don't take that for granted. If you're wanting to have that type of dynamic with them, I would say like take your time because they like a mystery. Take your time and unfold yourself to them like little by little. If a Scorpio does not want to be in a relationship with you, they're just going to keep it physical. Don't mistake the passion because they have passion all the time. They're just passionate people. But like I said, they're just going to keep it super, super physical and not really care about what's going on in your world. So yeah. So we're on Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. I actually, you know what's so interesting? You know my last video and I said I haven't talked to a Sagittarius man and that's why you guys were ranked so low. But now like a few Sagittarius people have came into my life. Like what the heck? Like what is happening? They're known to be non-committal and they're very fun and playful, optimistic people. If they're really wanting something with you, they will more than likely include you in their adventures, very similar to Aries. They're going to include you in their adventures. They're going to include you in their travel. They're going to include you in their future. Yeah. And so that's something beautiful to think about. Don't try to force anything on them because that's not going to work. But just like see how they're going to move. See how they, react to you. If they're like, hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to hang out? Hey, I'm going to Mars next week. You come in, like, that's how you know that they're really interested because they're independent by nature. You're not gonna get them to like settle down. You just have to go with them. There's no settling down. Every place that they visit is their home. It's like home to them. So that's that's so beautiful. Wow. Just for like a fling or whatever, they'll tell you their plans still, you just won't be included. Okay, so next up is Capricorn. So a telltale sign to know that a Capricorn is into you is they're persistent and these are goal-oriented people. So whatever they want, cardinal signs, like I said, whatever they want, they're gonna get, and that's it, They don't waste time. They're very straightforward. I wanna be with you, like, let's do this. I have a meeting at 10, you wanna have sex at 11, like, this is hilarious, y'all. But that's really true. Like, they are very straightforward. They don't beat around the bush. If they want you, they're gonna get you. Because they're goal-oriented, and I like that. Hey, Capricorn. Something casual, they really don't engage in something casual because their time is money. If they are, it's gonna be worth your while, but like, just know that you will know if a Capricorn does not want to be with you or not. Like, it's just gonna be sex or, you know, pleasure, meeting up, hanging out, and then dipping. There's no discussion of future. They don't have time for that. You know, they don't have time to lead anybody on. So very cutthroat. Okay, so Aquarius, it's my time. It's hard. That's hard. That is hard to determine if an Aquarius wants to be with you or not. We have a bad rep, right? Like of being committal. We're not non-committal, you guys. I promise. Like, it's not that. I know we're like detached and aloof and we can separate our emotions, but we are just picky. We're very picky on who we, you know, connect with and who we decide to give our energy to. So if that makes us whatever, I mean, it is what it is, you know? I think the difference in knowing that an Aquarius wants a relationship with you is that they're going to be very, very, very open with you. And that takes some time to do. So don't think it's going to happen overnight, Scorpio. Because we take a long time, most dynamics try to control the narrative. Whenever an Aquarius feels like they're trying to be controlled, that's when they'll sabotage the situation, because at that point, if you're trying to control me in the situation, like you really don't care about me. So just be mindful of that whenever you're trying to like get an Aquarius to open up, is that like there's a thin line between allowing someone freely, that's the key word, freely, say it with me, freely open up to you and express themselves wholeheartedly, versus like trying to control the narrative and control when someone does something. I mean, what is even that? Allow people to be how they are and then determine if you want to be with them based off of how they're treating you, not what you want them to be. I always tell people, don't do stuff off of potential, because you will get your feelings hurt and it's really your fault. You can't blame that person for not being what you wanted them to be. See people for who they are and then determine if that's what you want. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. It really takes some time for Aquarians to get to that point, but once we are there, it's something so beautiful and something so magical that happens. We just start like opening up like a flower and being expressive and vulnerable and really expressing our views on different things that might shock you a bit, to be honest, like anything, because we're very strong in our beliefs, which is so contradictory. Aquarians are known to be paradoxical, so we're very strong in our beliefs, but we don't judge people at the same time. So it's like we believe something wholeheartedly. We might not express it to everyone, but we'll allow everyone to express themselves to us. You know what, people think we disappear and that's because we want something casual, but that's not really true. Now we'll say we're gonna disappear no matter what, okay? We're gonna disappear if we're in a relationship. We're gonna disappear if we're in, you know, something just super chill. We just do that because that's how we recharge. That's not a determination of something casual versus a relationship. I wanna make that very clear. Now, what I will say is that you will know based off of the energy we're providing you. It depends on if it's a male Aquarius or a female Aquarius. We're both very passive by nature, but male Aquarians, if they really want something, they're gonna go after it. If they truly want something. So if they're not really going after you, they're either they're afraid of you, which male Aquarius, don't come for me in the comment section. But either they're afraid of like how the situation is going to go and they don't want to feel rejected, or they're just really not interested, you know. And then for Aquarius women, they are more than likely going to be passive, so you're going to have to come to them with the situation. But if they really are interested, they'll be more direct, like, hey, let's do this, like, you know. So if they're not like that, then we don't care. Sorry, not sorry. Pisces, I have a Pisces moon. Let's do this. Pisces in a relationship, you know, they're affectionate, they're loving, they're kind, they're generous, they are just these balls of love, and they're so sensitive and cute and fun. They have this different side that's like really sexy and like vulnerable and like intimate and if they want to be in a relationship with you, you will see all of that and more, okay? They will let it be known that they want to be with you, and they'll be very, very, very vulnerable with you. Casual, they'll be very indecisive with you. They'll be back and forth with you. It's kind of in the air. They're very vague. If they are vague, if they are non-committal, if they're like, I don't know if I should do this, I don't know, I don't know. They really don't know if they want to be with you or not. Like, that's what they're saying. So if they're like, I don't know, it's casual. Alrighty, lovers, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like it, comment below your experience with the sign or your sign and what you do if you want a relationship or something casual. I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Until next time, lovers, see ya.